And as always, it's 6 minutes after 12 o'clock. We rev everything up on the throttle. And today, the one and only Dwayne Hancock is in studio with us. On the throttle, brought to you by Lob Auto Parts, Suburban Auto, AJ Door, Brian Ford, Jason Dietz Customs and Collision Trailers and Trailer Repair, Fast Forward Motorsports, Brian Ford Lincoln, Snyder Tree Service, and VP Racing Fuel. The manufacturers of Stay Wet. I can't say wet here today, Dwayne. How's that?
Well, yeah.
Stay Wet track conditioner. Dwayne Hancock, good to see you as always, man. I think you've grown an inch, you've lost 10 pounds, and you got better looking.
Shoo.
I saw you last month.
Hey, I'll take that. I mean, I know you're a Browns fan, so your eyes are bad, but man, they're real bad this morning. I can tell you already. And speaking, of our guests,
Yes.
or our sponsors, I seen one of our great sponsors yesterday, Jason Dietz at ARCA Race in Toledo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we talked to him. We're still twisting his arm maybe for a trailer for the Chad Wilson racing team.
There you
So
go. Yeah.
we're working some deals. We're getting down to let's make a deal. So so Jason Dietz trailers. Oh wait.
If you wonder why we dropped that name an awful lot today, you might understand it here in a couple of weeks when you see the new trailer there for the Chad Wilson Racing team.
We'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Even if I got to get a tattoo or something.
There
I mean.
you go. Well, knowing him, he's going to be right on that forehead here. Is okay, is where it's going to go.
It probably couldn't make it any uglier.
That is a possibility.
Our guest is liking us way too much already. I can tell. All right.
Let's introduce our guest. As always, this time we have an in-studio guest here with us today. And again, a long-time racer in the area and a good friend of yours.
Yeah, from up in Montpelier area, Chad Portman. I mean, he's been known for the pavement racing. The ARCA truck deal is probably his biggest success. I mean, he won some that, traveled all over the region with that. And he's ran a lot of pavement stuff, and he got smart and ventured in the dirt there a couple times.
Yeah. That was a good time. That was a lot of fun.
And he took a little time off here and there, and he's got a new venture with another standout in the area, Jack Landis, standout late model driver for years. They're teaming up and have a pavement modified that hopefully will debut here soon, Chad.
Yeah, I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks here we get it done and just down to some small things to do. Very important things, but not very, So hopefully we can get that out and get Jack's car done. It's been a long winter, but we've spent a lot of time on it, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be worth it in the end. So
Yeah, sounds that way. Well, good. Welcome into On the Throttle today, Chad.
thank you.
How did this deal come about? Give us a little history.
Oh, yeah, Jack and I have been friends for a long time. I just stopped over at his house one night and he got to talking, and he had the modified sitting there. He'd been building for a couple of years now. Been a long process for him, but I volunteered my time to finish it, and he said if I get it done, if I want to race it, I can race it, and so we're kind of going to share the seat. Hopefully he runs it. He keeps saying that he's just giving it all to me, but I'd like to see him race it. So.
Well, it almost sounds like a lot of these deals happen that way, over somebody's kitchen table or out in their garage, huh?
Yeah, I would say, probably 90% of them do. Yeah.
It's amazing.
I know they're probably still looking for some sponsors. I got a few sponsors. I know one of the sponsors I got help them a little bit. It's going to look pretty on that car.
It is, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a sticker under there. I'm going to put it on the inside of the quarter panel, though, so it doesn't get scratched off. So it'll be there all summer.
Well, if it's that pretty, you wouldn't want it to
Well,
get
that's
damaged at all.
exactly right. That's what I'm thinking.
Is this O'Reilly's? Is O'Reilly's?
Well, close. It was Napa.
There you go. Well, we kind of joked a little bit about that off air, but
We can't tell Jim our stories, dang it.
Right.
I can tell.
probably wouldn't be a good thing, because I bring them right back up on air. I have no filter, man. That's all there is to it. If it's told to me, it's coming right back at you when the microphone's turned on.
That's right.
Well, that's good. But if a guy like Hancock's over here fishing for a Napa plug, you know what I mean? You gotta,
right. You got to treat everybody fair. Give everybody a little plug there. So,
exactly. Yeah.
All the stores in town.
Exactly. I agree, 100%. You guys, Dwayne, go back a couple of years, though, don't you, huh?
Oh, yeah. I've known Chad for a while. I've known of him for quite some time, and then really got to be friends with him here the last couple of years when he was the competition for a while. And
okay.
but we actually communicated a lot and helped each other out, even though it was competition. And Now he's one of my better customers around the area. I mean, he's been buying more and more, being a service manager here in town. So
yeah, you're over at Best One Tire. We'll drop names.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Yep. And so he's we've been having a good working relationship, and he's always been a race fan. Or I've seen him race. The ARCA trucks. I've seen him race that all over. And the ARCA trucks did race on dirt a few times.
Yeah, I unfortunately didn't get to experience that. They had quit doing that a couple years prior to when I got involved with it, which I think that I would have enjoyed that.
But I've seen him race all over, and I mean, you've won at some of the, you've won at many different tracks in the region.
Yeah, a couple of years ago there, I think it was 2013, so it's been a couple more than that. But we had a really good year in the ARCA trucks. I raced for Todd and Angie Gerhardt out of Montpelier, which I've raced for Todd since 1997, so it's been a while. We had a nice long run. We won Toledo, Winchester that year. We had, I think the worst finish we had was a 5th.
Yeah.
So that was a very good year.
And speaking of like Winchester, I mean, what's it like to be taking a ARCA truck around that place? I mean,
I tell you, those things are so underpowered, but they give you a good tire, nice slick to run on, so you can run them pretty hard. It was actually a lot of fun. I mean, of course, you don't use any brakes at Winchester,
right?
So you could really drive them things in. It was a good time. That was probably one of my most memorable and favorite wins was that place.
Yeah, I say that place. That's just one of those magical places that don't race much anymore. But high bank, one of the highest banked, half-mile asphalt tracks in the country, and one of the fastest ones. And sit there at, 36-degree banking or something. It's you can't hardly walk up this thing and see they fly around there. No matter what it is. I mean, I've seen street stocks fly around there.
Oh yeah. I actually, you speak of Jason Deach. I helped Jason for probably 5 or 6 years when we were running the CRA stuff, and he bought a street stock from a guy in Fort Wayne, and I got to run that a few times. And Winchester was pretty much where we went with it. And man, that thing was a hoot.
Like I say, I've seen Jason race Winchester one time, and it's probably when you was helping him.
He done really good, didn't he?
He did. He was doing excellent until, I don't know, about 3/4 through the race. He was leading a lot, and then for some reason that big white thing kind of got in the way a little bit, and he brushed the side of it off a little bit.
Yeah, that happens there a lot.
I heard it was one of the pit crew guys got the car loose or something.
Well, truth be known, it was probably the night before what caused all that. I don't know if you've ever been down there for 400 weekend. That's just a big party.
We just
good
had
time,
those,
but
we just kind of had one of those nights Saturday night. We went to Lawrenceburg and raced and got heat races in. Then it rained and we had a free room at the casino. And
oh my
yeah, some of the teams went over there, and we still on the cushion and on the throttle. It's just in a way different way.
So how much of the money of your hard-earned money did you leave at the casino that day? I guess is what everyone.
Well, a lot of people came out ahead except for me.
Yeah.
I need it. Hard-earned money. Where?
Oh, sorry.
Where is that coming from?
Sorry,
he must have another part-time job somewhere.
I misspoke, Chad. I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, hard-earned.
Yeah. So obviously, some of whatever money that you had and however you got it, you left it down there around that.
Some of it, yeah. Some of it.
Well, that's good. If everybody else was winning, somebody's got to help pay that.
Right, and we got a free room, so somebody had to help pay for the room.
There you go.
So they invite us back.
That's exactly. No doubt about that.
So it is,
No doubt about that. You know, you want to keep that place open too. So
that's right.
Absolutely.
I know.
You can't win every time you go.
That's right. And the best part was, I think there's 12 or 13 of us in our group, and the fun meter was pegged bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we evidently was one of the loudest groups there.
Yeah.
Because, we got a few visits, but they thought it was fun. We got the fun visits. Like, you guys are having a good time, We're going to hang out with you guys for a while. And that was people that worked there. So some had badges.
If you don't see a guy with a badge, you don't feel safe.
That's right. Exactly.
Needs to be a little security around there, especially if you're there.
I know it. I don't want to be like, Scott Dixon goes out and wins the pole Indy 500 yesterday, then goes to Taco Bell last night, gets robbed at gunpoint in the drive-thru. I mean, that's how it is when I go places. You know, I mean, they're,
Exactly.
They know.
You're robbing people at gunpoint.
Yeah.
Now we understand.
Wait a
minute.
Yeah, it's all coming together.
Backwards.
That's hard-earned money.
It is.
There's a lot of stress involved in that.
Yes,
job.
sir, there is.
There could be some time spent.
Man.
There's no doubt about that.
Cops are gonna be sitting out here waiting. I'd be like, nah, it's Portman. How you just getting this modified going?
Yeah.
So Chad, dirt and pavement, man. Obviously, over here, Dwayne's a big dirt guy. He's got it in his skin, running through his veins. Okay, you did a little dirt track running. Do you like one over the other, or do you just racing is racing for you?
Oh, racing's racing pretty much, but the dirt, that was a lot of fun. I mean, I did it years ago. That's when I started in like 19. I'm going to give my age away, but 85 out here at Bryan.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah. I kind of went back to my roots. I ran there for a few years and then started racing the asphalt. But the dirt was fun. I think the asphalt racing, I think, is more. I don't want to say it's more technical.
Sure.
Because I think the dirt stuff is. Believe me, there's a lot going on those dirt cars. So the back, it's a lot different, a lot to learn. I really didn't get the opportunity to do that, to learn it, but we did have a good time doing it. But I really like the asphalt racing myself. I mean, I enjoy it a lot.
So how
that's
did you
because
get
you're
started
winning on asphalt.
Well, yeah. I mean,
one on dirt.
Yeah. So
well, that does make
that may have a bearing on it.
That does make a difference. There's no doubt about
it. Does.
There's no doubt about that. So how did you end up? How did you get started then? How did you get started? Period. Because I think we asked that of almost everybody that comes here.
My dad was involved. He was more of a drag racer.
Okay. All right.
And he got involved with a guy with a dirt car. Back when I was probably 7 years old or 8.
See, so being 85 and only 7 or 8 years old driving.
Yeah,
right.
Sorry,
yeah,
I didn't mean to step in.
No, and it's just, it was an every weekend thing. That's just what we did, you know. And I was raised around it, brought up around it. All my dad's friends were involved in it, so it just kind of came natural to want to be involved in it, and it's like once you do it, that's probably worse than any drug that there is.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
It is. It's bad. But,
it is. It's like it's total difference, because even when I was trying to back out of doing so many races and that, you sit at home on a Friday or Saturday night, and it's nice out, and races are going on, but you're sitting there, it's like, what do normal people do at this time?
Exactly.
What do they do? And you try to go out and do some of that stuff, and you're like, oh, this sucks.
I don't want to do. Why do they do this?
Exactly. It's like, well, what's fun's this?
Right.
I mean, what? People pay to do this kind of stuff?
Yeah, I took a few years off, and I was kind of that way. We went and watched some races, and that's probably like taking a recovering alcoholic to a bar.
Sure.
It's just something you don't do.
Right.
No,
So, but I got this opportunity with Jack, and we try to make the most of that, and really looking forward to getting that out and getting it going. And
it should be a lot of fun. So,
yeah.
what's the timetable right now for that?
I'm hoping the next couple weeks, but we've been saying that for the last couple weeks. But
it seems like it happens a lot of this business as well.
It does.
2 weeks.
It does.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
2 weeks is the magic number.
Well, you're going to have to, because I know you want to get it for the Stan Perry Memorial, which is coming up, June?
I believe it's June 10th at Bear Field.
Yeah, and I know you want to race that, so
yeah.
that is a couple weeks.
Yep.
You got a hard deadline at this point.
Yeah. Like I said, there's not a lot left to do, just a lot of technical stuff left that's important. Got those.
Oh, okay.
Good Napa break.
Yeah, see,
on there.
Now you do want to stop, so that's good. You'll slow down.
That is a good
That way,
thing.
if somebody spins in front of you, you don't hit them. I mean, you're not going to need them while you're going to the corners and that. I've seen you race.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's terrible. All right. We've got Chad Foreman with me right now, and Dwayne Hancock. We guys need to go away and take an opportunity to pay a couple of bills, because that is how we keep this thing running around here. We are on the throttle here. It is Monday, no doubt about that. 21 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock here on the Q, 96.5 FM.
Well, everybody's listening to have fun. Oh, what did Dane say?
Remember the Garage Door Pros in Northwest Ohio. AJ Door of West Unity. AJ Door handles commercial.
All right.
Yeah, I tell you what, racing with Jason was a lot of fun.
The service after the
Got to do a lot.
Back on the throttle here on the Q96.5 FM with Chad Portman and also, as always, the ever good-looking Dwayne Hancock. Mr.
Well, you wouldn't tell it. Chad and I is the same age since, I look much younger. And
Yeah, no
and-
doubt.
and,
Yeah, you look a lot
more-
younger and all those kind of things. Sure. Yeah, no doubt.
You'd think I was the stud race car driver.
Yeah, that's exactly. You would, definitely. Yeah, sure you would. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
absolutely.
you always.
I got a face made for radio is what we say.
You always got to take care of
you do.
the co-host of the program. You've always got to just kind of agree and shake your head up.
Right,
down,
yeah,
Chad,
because
know
you
how
got
that
to
is,
work
yeah.
with him. I
You
understand
do.
it.
It's got to. We can't really ruin this relationship somehow.
Right.
It wouldn't be a good thing.
That just made my day, though. Portman did say that I worked.
Yeah,
That's the first
Yeah.
time. We do have that recorded. That's the first time I think he's ever said that. So.
I didn't say hard, though.
Yeah,
I said he
exactly.
worked.
Exactly.
And speaking of stay wet, our buddy Dane Miller that's helping us, he's actually coming racing with us this weekend again.
Oh, wow, okay.
Saturday at Mercer, Pennsylvania, and Sunday at Mansfield. And he said that Portman actually does work a little bit too because last time he was here, he bought some tires from him. So
There you go.
I guess now I can't say that he don't work either. He's
Right.
actually taking care of some of our radio sponsors. I mean,
So we're down to just one guy here that doesn't work every. Okay, we'll leave that
well,
alone.
you're a Browns fan. We give you a pass. I mean,
Right? I got to be careful what I say about the Browns. My
Yeah.
girlfriend is a Browns fan.
There you go.
Indians fan, and I'm a Cubs fan, so that
Ah.
makes things pretty hot and
Ooh.
heated in the house.
Boy, last year that was I bet things got a little bit hairy
Yeah,
there
but
for
it was
a while.
fun.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
fun. It was fun to see both those teams getting to where they
Yeah.
were.
It's
last
kind of like Chad and I's known each other and haven't hung out a lot. And then we went down. I went down the World 100 this year and
Yeah.
bought him a few beverages and
Sure.
sat there
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we watched the races together. That was fun.
Yeah.
Just
That was-
giving each other a lot of static about who we're picking because I'd never picked the same car as he was.
Okay.
It's against my religion from where he
It's a
used to work. But,
competitive thing.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I think it is. There's once you're enemies in that parts world, man. It just
Oh,
never-
yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, you could be in the mafia, in a different family, and it's not quite as difficult as being on the other side of the fence when
You
it comes
bet.
to hustling auto parts. There's no doubt about
You
that.
bet.
Did we get any racing in this last week, Dwayne, or did everything
Yeah,
get drained out, buddy?
a little bit. I was down to Lawrenceburg for the Boss Show, and of course we got heat races in the rain. But two shows yesterday. Actually, Bearfield supposed to debut their dirt track Saturday night, and it got canceled, and they actually moved it to last night. And the only thing I can tell you is the sod sprint cars, because they do a good job of updating it. They had 25 sprint cars open over there, and I know they ran compacts and street stocks and such, and seen no results on those. But Fostoria, Ohio, Sean Valenti, which is a friend of mine, won his first ever sod sprint on dirt feature last night over there.
Oh, wow.
And it's actually a real good finish. Seen some video highlights. Him and Joe Swanson, kind of an up-and-comer in the area that raced pavement sprint cars for quite some time now. He's
Yes,
got
he
the
has.
dirt for a couple years, and real close finish. They were side by side, and Landon Simon races non-wings with us a lot. And has a USAC National Sprint Car win, made his first ever wing show, and he ended up third last night. Then I was at Toledo Speedway yesterday for the big ARCA show, and we talked about it last week, how there's going to be some NASCAR family ties down there. And young Harrison Burton, Jeff Burton, former NASCAR racer Jeff Burton's son, 16 years old, won his first ever ARCA race yesterday afternoon. And heck of a battle with 18-year-old Dalton Sargent. I mean, Harrison, some of the moves he made in that big, heavy stock car was amazing. Getting to the front that I seen, and then they had a couple wrecks there with 25 laps to go, and the last 10 laps was amazing. Sargent was leading, and Burton tried passing him, and Sargent tried running him kind of into the infield on the front stretch, and that just kind of, to me, and I'm sure Portman will agree, when somebody does that to you, it kind of opens up the door
Sure.
on how you're going to get by that guy.
Yeah, you race people the way they race you.
Yeah, so Harrison put her into turn, called it Sargent in turn 1 and 2, and just kind of gave him the big old chrome horn bump and run deal a little bit. And then Sargent repaid the favor in turn 3 and 4, and then it was either going to be checkers or wreckers, and Burton kind of gave him another love tap going in turn 1, and got by him, and Sargent kind of let it go then after that. And so it was a great finish, and something to see. I mean, it's a name you're going to hear, I'm sure, for a very long time. A very talented young kid, nice kid. Which Jeff Burton, I've met him a few times, actually, when he raced with some suppliers from Napa. at the time. He used to come to some of the conferences, and he was always super nice. But Harrison, 16 years old,
Wow.
guy's first ARCA win and only his second ARCA start, I believe, and up and comer. And but yeah, that's what happened over the weekend, and a huge weekend this week with Memorial Day weekend. There's always a lot in this area, and it actually, depending how far you want to travel, starts Wednesday night. Indy 500 Saturday or Sunday, and the USAC starts off Wednesday night. USAC National Sprint Cars at Terre Haute, Indiana. Then Thursday, the Silver Crown cars, the big cars, hit the Indy Fairgrounds Mile on Thursday night, which that's neat. That's used to be the road to Indy. You guys like Mario Andretti, AJ Foyt, and all these guys, that's what they drove to get to Indy. I mean, there was a tie at one time where the Silver Crown and Indy Series was tied together. So, and they're trying to get back into that a little bit. Then a little closer, starting Friday night, Attica has Tony Stewart's All-Star Sprint cars. Lima has the NRA and GLSS sprints out of Michigan, the 360 division coming on, taking the NRA on at Lima, Ohio on Friday night. World Outlaw late models hit Atomic down by Chillicothe on Friday. Saturday, the ALMS late models are at Oakshade. The World Outlaw late models travels to Wayne County, which is over by Oroville, Ohio. The fast sprints against the CS sprints from down south, Southern Ohio. They've had some match races this year. They got a $5,000 win show at Fremont, Ohio on Saturday, and then the GLSS and NRA sprints move over to Waynesfield, Ohio. And something that I don't know if Chad's ever been to it, but they have the Little 500 at Anderson, Indiana, pavement track on Saturday night, where they put 33 sprint cars, non-wing pavement sprint cars on the track. And this year, Tony Stewart and Kenny Schrader, both from NASCAR, are going to race in the Little 500.
Oh, wow.
That's Saturday night. Then Sunday, the All-Star Sprints and the non-wing Boss Sprint Car Series hits Mansfield, Ohio. The LMS late models are at Eldora. Then we even go into Monday. The World Outlaw Sprint Cars hit Lawrenceburg, Indiana, where we was last weekend. And last year I went to that show, and it was awesome. Kyle Larson came in and raced it, and him and Rico Abreu put on probably the best outlaw show I've ever seen there at Lawrenceburg last year. Then also for the pavement guys here, since Chad's sitting right there.
Yeah, don't forget.
That's right. Monday, Shady Bowl down by DeGraff, Ohio, down Dayton area.
Yeah.
That's a big 5,000. Well, you know that area.
I know that area. I've heard that name several times in my
Yeah, they have a big $5,000 to win pavement late model show on Monday. Modified. Not late model, modified.
Yeah.
See,
Wow.
I knew. See if Chad was good and caught that.
Yeah, you want to make sure he was still not sleeping.
Yeah. Well, see, I was trying to get him to see if he had his modified ready to go to that, but he said no.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Not quite this.
Not quite
not
that,
this fast.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I could go over and help him, but he still wouldn't go.
Yeah.
Right.
Well. Yeah.
No, I probably wouldn't go.
He loves
I think the
that
last
place.
time I ran that place in a modified was for that race, and we brought it home in a basket. So
Oh wow.
Yes, that happens sometimes.
yeah. Probably one of the smallest racetracks I've raced on, and probably the hardest I've ever hit.
I was going to bring up something else, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Probably good. Better wait until we get a break.
Yeah. I don't have the 5-second button here.
Right.
To push that. To keep that.
I got to mess with him a little bit.
Oh boy, yeah, no doubt about that. I've heard a lot about it. I've never been to Shady Bowl. Is it a challenging racetrack? Is that what you're
It
telling me,
is.
Chad?
It's not really a challenging track. It's just it's not real wide
Sure,
for racing
okay.
room, but it's just fast, small track. It's just your typical wall all the way around it, so
Sure.
you have nowhere to go.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Makes it a little tough, but
Makes it easy to tear stuff up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially
yeah.
for $5,000 to win.
Yeah, and that when they get them big shows like that,
Yeah.
strap the helmet on and everything goes numb.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because, what's a normal, like Angola Bearfield, what, $700?
Probably, yeah. I'm gonna
$700
say
a
on
night,
the high end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$600-700 a night you race for,
So
then it goes to
you-
$5,000.
Yeah, you get a shot at $5,000. I'd spend my mom for $5,000.
Right?
Yeah. Really.
That's why my mom's
So I
always,
know she's not listening. So I
Yeah. You're okay. Yeah.
that's what my mom, she's always scared if I ever, I haven't really raced too much. I do demolition derbies and that, but she's real happy with that because a few times that I have, done a few things. She says for some reason when I put on my helmet, my brain quits working, and with my foot, which that's usually just every day.
Well,
But,
and that's common.
Yeah.
That's most
right.
most race car drivers are that way.
right. So
Not
you know,
most. I shouldn't say most, but
Yeah.
some.
Yeah. Well,
Guys
he puts,
that
on
race-
he puts on a Steelers helmet. That's part of the reason why the brain.
Well,
You
yeah, I'll agree with that too.
put that nasty looking black helmet
Oh,
on
yeah.
and the brain
Yeah.
just shuts down and
Yeah.
just goes down.
Exactly.
Right.
It does go down.
It's kind of like racing on pavement.
Oh, this is fun. It's been a lot of fun, but it's time for us to wrap this bad boy up today. Chad, thanks for coming by.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Great luck this season, and
Thank
please
you.
come back again.
Oh, I will.
Please.
I
Okay.
definitely
We'll
sure
get him
will.
on when he wins, and he does. I mean, we've been giving him some stack, but he does. I mean, you've always been pretty stout when you've raced on paper. Like I said, you had a whole season where you didn't finish less than fifth. I
Yeah.
mean, out of 20, 30 races that year, I believe was
Not
Close to
quite
that.
that many, but
close.
Yeah, we've had some good success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you,
So-
we appreciate you coming on. It's always fun to have another person to kind of help me with Mr.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. But
No doubt about that.
This is what I got to put up with daily.
daily.
Chad Foreman has been our guest here today, along with Dwayne Hancock. We've been on the throttle, and it's all been brought to you by Lob Auto Parts, Suburban Auto, AJ Door, Brian Ford, Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions, Trailers and Trailer Repair, Fast Forward Motorsports, Snyder Tree Service, VP Racing Fuel, and Stay Wet Track Conditioner. How's that? And a big shout out to our buddy Dane, who's I'm sure out there
Yeah,
listening.
and
to
his
this.
luck at casino when he got rained out in Minnesota,
Yeah.
his luck was a lot better than mine.
Oh man, okay. Well,
I was trying to hit him up for some tires for when we go to Pennsylvania in a couple weeks, but
didn't get that done yet.
not yet.
You have time, and you'll make it happen, no doubt about that. Again, next week is Memorial Day, so I don't think we'll do a Memorial Day show, but we'll figure things out and let you know. But it's always a lot of fun on the throttle every Monday right after the new news.
We do it live in Portman's Race Shop.
You could. Heck yeah. It's just in the big city of Edgerton.
Right, there you go. Well,
over there like,
son of a bitch. If you want to do it Tuesday or something, we can. Okay, if that's something you want to do, we can just move it a day if that works or not. I was going to talk to you about that.
I was going to ask you too.
And we can, if nothing, we can just bounce it for a week if you want to too. But you do
Yeah,
some
well,
thinking and
yeah,
let me
we
know
can-
what you want to do. Okay.
Or I think last time we did just like a highlight deal or something.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. So
Okay.
if you wanted me to get a guess, I can try to work on that. Or if not, we can just do highlights too, because there's a ton of races if we
Well,
don't
let's,
get rained out.
let's do Tuesday if we want
Okay.
to. Okay, let's try to get that. If you can get a guess, that's good, Chad. Oh, thank you, man. It's great to meet
Thank
you.
you, sir. Buddy, old pal.
Yeah.
I say that because he keeps buying parts from me.